So today, we're going to talk about the standard production stages required for 2D animated explainer video. So 2D animated explainer video has various stages of production which serves as a different mini stages that are building blocks of the complete project, which include pre-production, production, and post-production. Now let's understand what they are. So due to the complexity and the time consuming it will take to produce an animated explainer video, and then the client decides to make changes after it's gone up to let's say 30 or 40% of the production, trust me guys, that may lead to serious issue between the client and the agency. So in order to create a seamless production and time efficiency, agencies started to develop techniques to make sure them and the client are on the same page so as to guide the entire project. And these techniques start with the pre-production stage. So this means once this stage is completed, they proceed to the next stage. This pre-production stage, as pronounced pre, that's before the production stage. It's where all the planning and coordination happens before the actual production, such as getting the brief from the prospective client during the meeting, which often include the video strategy and goals, budget, scope, story selection, and other project timeline. Scripts are known to represent the core of your video. So it's more like the guide for character making, storyboarding, and animating processes, and it shouldn't be more than 60 seconds or at maximum a minute and 30 seconds. Of course, you want to explain a complex idea to just anybody out there, so it has to be short, concise, and straight to the point. Conduct your research and decide on the concept. You also need to know what you want to achieve, what you want, the idea you want to put out there. Once you're done with the research, deadline, script development, and other stuff, that's when production comes in place. So at this stage, you want to focus solely on the creativity and the development, such as the style frames, which gives the creative team the opportunity to set up various options for the characters, the environment, and how they will look like on the final production. The client will choose the visual style they feel best describe their target audience. Some tech companies will prefer a sticky character, while others may prefer some real looking character. Some may prefer some sort of abstract looking character. So this marks the start of the video production. The storyboard are known to represent ideas visually. As the name implies, the storyboard shows individual slides using the script to describe an action happening within them. You can think of a storyboard as a visual blueprint or a master plan. It's often a mix of motion, transitions, and a shot, but that depends on how complex you want to present them. Though some people can just do some sort of a drawing on a sketch or a complex illustrations and all that, but it just depends on how you want to present them. For the voice recording, as soon as the client approves the script, the voiceover artist can start doing the job and finish the voice recording usually within 24 hours. Doesn't take long. Explainer video production companies have numerous actors and voiceover artists at their disposal, and depending on the company's preference regarding the desired voice type and tone, it's very easy to find just the right fit. Now that the visual elements are ready, so it's time to give them life, and this is where the animation comes in place. So the animation is considered as the most demanding task for the creative team, since they will have to apply a series of motion, moving objects from one frame to another. It's usually time consuming, but it's actually worth it. Alright, so you've gotten to the post-production, so it means you've probably gotten up to 70% of the project. So it's time to wrap up the entire stuff with adding visual effects to the scene to give them more life, so they look more engaging. Also adding background sound effects, similar example is the one we use for the bike, like the engine sound and also the traffic sound and all those noise, to give the scene a kind of interactive atmosphere. Also, you have to export the project, which involve rendering and encoding. Encoding means more like reducing the size and preparing it in the right format for delivery. So to wrap this up, you should be aware that various agencies have their styles of producing animated explainer video, but these are just introduced to you, are commonly used by most agencies.